humanity. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. My videos are about love, infinity, creation, energy, because we're infinite energy, infinite creation, infinite love. Why? Because of the human heartbeat. The human heartbeat generates an electromagnetic field, just like the sphere that you can see right there, that circle in the image. It's an electromagnetic field of creation. The electromagnetic field of creation of the human body. The pulse of life, the pulse of creation is generated as a result of the human heartbeat. See, it's electromagnetic in nature, it's polarized. It powers the human body, it powers the human brain, it generates enough resources and energy to make our organs function as a result of it. And so we exist, we live, we are conscious, we self-aware, we are sentient as a result of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. We are a very intelligent species. And if you think about it, the primordial instinct to live, to exist, is the human heartbeat. And what else happens at the heart? We love with our hearts. So we live to love. You see, the heartbeat gives us life, happens at the heart. And we love with our hearts. So we live to love. This is our nature, thus making us a benevolent species. We are the human race, and we are a benevolent species. This is who we are. We are a benevolent race. We're a heartful species. We're a heart-based species. We're a love-based species. This is who we are. This is our nature. This is who we are. This will never change. This will always be, because this is who we are. We're light spherical beings. This is who we are. We're light spherical beings. This is our nature. We are a loving species. This is who we are. We have transitioned away from ignorance and awareness and unconscious understanding of who we were. Now we know who we are. We are light spherical beings. We're infinite eternal creation. We are compass. We're sundial. This is who we are. We are a highly intelligent, a highly sophisticated species. This is our nature, this is who we are. And this will never change, because this is who we are. We love with our hearts, because the heart created us. And life is creation, and creation is energy. And love is a biological delivery system of creation. We love with our hearts. It gives us life, and we love with it. I'm going to read something to you. Creation creates creators, and this is who we are. Energy is creation, and creation is life. Love is creation. We love our creation. Love comes from the heart, and the heart gives us life. Love is life. Life is love. They come from the same heart, from the same place, the human heart. Life is creation, and creation is energy, and love is the energy of creation. Why is love the energy of creation? Well, this is a very simple thing. It's very simple. Very, very simple. We make love. We create children. We make children by making love. Simple as that. Two humans come together, sperm and the egg. And what happens as a result? We create life. And what's our instinct? Our instinct is to love our creation. We love our creation. This is what we do. We love our creation. We love our children. We love our offsprings. So we raise them so they become better than us, and we give them the things that we never had, and we give them a lot of love so they can be much better, much more evolved. Because this is the process of life. Constant evolution, infinite evolution is the infinite biology of evolution. It's just an incredible thing who we are. We are an amazing organism. We're highly intelligent, highly sophisticated. We're the most advanced organism that we have ever encountered, and most likely the most advanced organism that we would ever encounter, the human species. Perhaps there will be other sentient beings, intelligent races, benevolent species, heart-based, love-based species like us that might not be necessarily human, but they might be conscious and self-aware. They would have a body just like us, and they would be light spherical beings, because they would also have a heartbeat, and they would also have an electromagnetic field of creation, a force field that makes them conscious and self-aware, makes them alive, and makes them creators. Whoever they are, whichever way they look, regardless of that, It means nothing matters not, because in the end it's all about love and creation. So if those beings exist, they most likely would have a very similar biology like ours. Very similar to us. Very similar biology to ours. Very similar, perhaps even more advanced and more sophisticated, because they will be perhaps older than us and they've been around for longer, and the biology will be more advanced. But we are, as far as we know, the most sophisticated organism that there is, and this is a lot. We are quite the organism. We are an incredible species. We are infinite eternal energy. We light spherical beings. This is who we are. This is who we are. We light spherical beings. We're infinite eternal creators. We're infinite eternal compass. We're infinite eternal sundials. You see, as the light of the sun comes through and it forms this beautiful sphere, the circle around me, that's light itself, creation itself, manifesting itself. Stare at the sun. Open the portal. Build the bridge. Become one with everything, one with infinity, because we are infinite in the end. We are energy, we are creation. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. So, today's video is about this purposeful path. It's purposeful path. This is today's notion. I'm going to be talking about a path of purpose, purposeful path. So you can always refer to the visual. You can always refer to the visual on y.how/purposeful-path. That's y.how/purposeful-path. That's y.how/purposeful-path. It's on Substack and it's on YouTube as well for your reference. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because we are here to talk about purposeful things. So a path of purpose. I'm going to read it a couple of times and then we're going to go line by line and break it down. A path of purpose. Find something you care about that needs fixing. It requires a massive effort on your part. You must learn new skills in the process. Make your contribution to fix it. You must stay in the game and see it through. Accomplish the mission. Celebrate your win. Reflect on your success. You see, these are 8 steps. It's a path of purpose. It's not the only path. It's many paths, but this is a very good one. It's a very good one that we all can consider when finding our true self and finding our purpose, because we all are compass, we are sundials. So let's talk about it a little bit further. A path of purpose. 1. Find something you care about that needs fixing. 2. It requires a massive effort on your part. 3. You must learn new skills in the process. 4. Make your contribution to fix it. 5. You must stay in the game and see it through. 6. Accomplish the mission. 7. Celebrate your win. 8. Reflect on your success. So let's break it down one by one. So let's start at the very top. Find something you care about that needs fixing. And there's no need to look any further than ourselves. Ourselves. Remember, true self, identity, and true self. It's the first primary element of compass, who we are. And there is 10 dimensions. I have spoken to you a lot about them today. And in the past, the first dimension is the body, the human body. The second one is family. The third one is origins. The fourth one is context. The fifth one is emotions. The sixth one is knowledge. The seventh one is productivity. The eighth one is money. The ninth one is society. And the 10th one is wisdom. So right at the heart, at the intersection of those 10 dimensions that we all have in common, true self is where it's at. We find true self right there, ourselves, our identity and our true self. Right at the heart of the 10 dimensions, at the intersection point, that's where our true self is. You see, it's the union of all these components, all these elements. All these elements trace back to true self, because this is who we are, this is our dimensions. And our true self is right there. And our true self has 11 boundaries. that are clear and observable. True self boundaries. You see, starts with self-love, and then from self-love we move into self-discovery, and then into self-awareness, and then into self-control, self-esteem, self-image, self-determination, self-realization, self-actualization, self-sovereignty, and self-transcendence. So this is the sequence. I'm sure there will be many more components to our boundaries, an infinite number of them, because the self is infinite, just like everything else. And then same with dimensions. There will be new dimensions that would emerge. There will be new dimensions that would emerge, for sure. But these are the 10 most common ones that we all can pinpoint to at the really heart of it and find our true selves right there, waiting for us to be found. And when I say find something you care about that needs fixing, well, you are you, the true self, because that's how you find your purpose. Because you are purposeful in nature. We are true self energy. We guiding our daily action. You see, we choose our purpose as creators. So we choose what needs fixing, and most likely what needs fixing is something inside of us, ourselves. Something that we care about, something that we love, and something that we really want to become, or a dream that we want to achieve. It starts with us. So find something you care about that needs fixing, you see, and you can always explore the 10 dimensions. Always. Like, I'm gonna work on a few exercises in a while. I'm just going through the chapters and the images of the book, but as I do these, eventually I'm gonna talk about the 8 exercises, potentially 9 or 10 exercises that we all can do. And those exercises are fantastic because it helps us in the path and it makes it easier. And the first exercise, I'm gonna give you a preview. It's about gratitude. Things that we're grateful for and things that we need to work on. So I might just do that today, actually. And I'll do the exercise at a later stage. But I'll do that exercise today with you. So because we have 10 dimensions, there will be 10 things that we're grateful for. One thing for each of our dimensions. And there will be 10 things that we need to work on. One for each of our dimensions. So let's do that exercise. Start with dimension 1, the body. So, and that's how something that needs fixing, things we need to work on right away, or things that we're grateful for. And the one that comes to top of mind for the dimension, it tends to be the one that we can actually pursue and try to find our purpose around that, as we identify our true self and who we truly are. So let's start there. Let's start with the first dimension, which is body. So an example could be finding something you care about that needs fixing. Think in terms of like 10 things that you're grateful for, right? One for each dimension. So one thing that you're grateful for the body is like, I'm grateful for having a healthy body and that allows me to exercise every day. Something like that. That could be one. I'm grateful to have lungs so I can breathe every day. That could be an example of body. Or I'm grateful to have a brain that allows me to learn every day. You see, the notion is this: health is learning. You see, that's a path. That's a path, a potential purpose. You need to learn more, maybe. That's your purpose. And then you learn and you explore. That's an example. Then things that you need to work on. Let's talk about the first thing you need to work on in this regard, which will be body. Could be eating healthier. I need to eat healthier food to fuel my body. Or I need to sleep more hours a day. Need to go to bed earlier. See, it's related to sleep. It's related to the body. That's an example. And that's a good way to start with purpose. Maybe eating healthier will help you to think better, be more energized, have more energy, take more purposeful daily action, sleep better, more rest, more energy during the day. You see, it's how it starts. It's how it starts. So that's like the first dimension, the body, and that's how you get started on it. Then the second dimension, find something you care about that needs fixing, something that you're grateful about. The second dimension is family. Could be, I'm grateful for my kid. I'm grateful for my kid because I love my kid very much, and My kid brings me great joy and happiness and love to my heart. That's something you're grateful for, a family. If you have a kid, it could be anything. Could be your grandma, could be your mama, could be anything, anyone. It's a family thing, okay? Something I need to work on in that dimension. The family could be something like I need to improve the communication with my mama, or I need to speak better with my wife, listen to my wife more. So then again, listening skills. You see, that could be a purpose right there. Right there, the purpose could be that, to listen to your mama better, have a better relationship with your mama, or a better relationship with your missus right away. You see, it's all connected. It's all connected. And at the same time, it could be something like anything. You see, that's an avenue right there. Something that needs fixing, to need to work on the dimension. You see, it's 10 dimensions, so that we only down the second one. You see, you're grateful for your baba, for your kid, and then you want to have a better relationship with your missus. That's again 2 beautiful things that they're all related to family, which we all have. And then number 3, third dimension, is origins. You know, origins could be all sorts: customs, tradition, a birthplace, your country, legacy, heritage, all sorts, mother tongue, all sorts, roots, genesis, all this story, you know, who you are, all these different elements. So something that you're grateful for could be, I'm grateful for inheriting a beautiful house that my grandpa built. That's something that you could be grateful for. A house, a dwelling, a roof above my head is my heritage. My grandpa inheritance built that house, and I live in the house, and I'm very grateful for that. That could be an example. You see right there, building is a thing. You can explore that. Housing. It's all sorts of, it's just an idea, something to be grateful for, because gratitude is an incredibly powerful, it's a hot energy, it's heart based. It's powerful. Then for the things that you need to work on when it comes to your origins, could be something like learning more about the my origin story, who I'm from, my bloodline or something. An example of my ancestry, or learning more about the things that my grandpa did, or like learning more about my birthplace, the city where I was born, or the country I was born, or learning more about my culture, my customs, my traditions, things like that. That's a way. You see, you choose, and that could be a path. It could lead you to learning about history, about yourself, all sorts. It's an avenue for purpose. It's an avenue for learning. It's an avenue for action. You see, it's the first path of purpose. Find something you care about that needs fixing. True self is the thing. So you start there. It's the first primary element before purpose. So you need identity-based purpose. You're required to understand who you are, find yourself, know who you are, identity into yourself, so you can actually choose your purpose. Be purposeful. So then the 4th dimension is as a context. That will be the house where you live, for example, the city where you live, your neighborhood, the country, could be nature around you, the surroundings, your surroundings. This is important. The area where you at, not only currently, but in the past, where you lived in the past. Cities, houses, neighborhoods, suburbs, all these, if you travel to other countries, all these, the context, things that you've learned, the school that you went to, or the school that you go to, all these things, university, all these things, context, your context truly matters. Conditions around you, the surroundings. So then again, something you're grateful for. I'm grateful for the house that I have, or I'm grateful to live in such a lovely neighborhood, or I'm grateful to live in a beautiful country. I'm grateful to have nature around me. Something like that. And then things that I need to work on. I need to paint the house. That's an example. I need to do the garden. That's an example. So you do that. You see, it's things to do. There's a purpose there. Painting the house, a purposeful activity. And that's an example. Just an example. Or fix the house, or fix this, or fix that. You see? It's always an avenue to explore, because it's all about exploration. Remember, you engage your heart, and then you follow your heart, and your heart tells you, hey, I did that, and I really liked it. I want to try it more. And then you keep going. So then that's the fourth dimension. You see, it's all connected. Things you're grateful for, things you need to work on that dimension. Then the fifth dimension is emotions. So something that you're grateful for could be my ability to be happy about the small things in life, for example. My ability to be grateful for who I am. That could be an emotion thing that you're grateful for. See, it's related to emotions, to empathy. All these things. My ability to heal my past, or make peace with my past and be happy and grateful and forgiving about who I am. Or I'm grateful for forgiving myself, or forgiving my mama or my father, etc. and so on. All these things matter because it's positive. And then you have things that I need to work on. Things that I need to work on could be something like, I need to work on my temper when I watch footy. Sometimes I get a little bit flustered and overheated when my team is not winning, and I yell at the screen, and I don't treat my missus right because I'm angry and frustrated, and I don't like it. Gives me anxiety. Blah blah blah. That's an example of emotions. So I need to listen to my neighbor more because my neighbor, is not nice to me. That could be an example. I need to react more positively. I need to smile more when I see my neighbor. That's an example. You see, it's a path there, a path of purpose. Then the sixth dimension is knowledge. Something that you're grateful for. Could be something like, I'm grateful for speaking two languages. For example, in my case, I speak Spanish, my mother tongue, and then I speak English as well. So I'm grateful for speaking two languages. You see, and having a brain that's capable of processing information in multiple languages. That's an example. I'm grateful for that. You see, it's knowledge, it's languages, something like that. I'm grateful for being a quick learner. I'm grateful for loving to learn and read books every day. Something like that. And then the things that I need to work on, knowledge. Oh, I need to improve my mathematical skills. My math foundation needs some improvement. Something like that is an example. I need to learn about history. Something like that. It's a choice you choose. You see, it's normally something. Obviously, you always want to work on things that matter to you, that are close to your heart. Follow your heart. It's all about your heart. Our heart gives us the heartbeat. We're a heartful species, so it has to be something that engages your heart when it comes to your dimensions. Always. You follow your heart, and you would know the first thing that comes to mind is normally the right thing to write down as an affirmation, because this is an exercise of affirmation. You're affirming, what you're grateful for each of the dimensions, because it comes from the heart. And then you're affirming what you need to work on for each of your dimensions, because it comes straight from the heart. It's your heart telling you, your inner voice, your true self is communicating you, hey, write this down, and maybe this would lead to your purpose, or our purpose, to our dream. You see, it's all connected. It's all connected. So the seventh dimension is productivity, vocation, skills, all these different things. So the traits, you name it. So it could be something like, I'm grateful for having a steady job that pays the bills and allows me to save up to build my shit, or to buy a house, or to buy a second car, or to go on a trip overseas, or to buy toys for my boy, or to just buy new clothes. So anything, or to pay for my university tuition fees. Anything. It's an example. It's an example. So I'm grateful for that. Or I'm grateful for being a great builder that builds beautiful homes. An example. And then the things that I need to work on for productivity is I need to be more focused at the job when I'm working on carpentry. An example. If you're a builder, I need to be more grateful for, you know, I need to work on my on my I don't know, if you're a footballer, I need to work on my speed so I can get to the ball faster. And I do that by doing this exercise and such and such. So that's an example. You see, it's all based, follow your heart. Your heart will tell you whatever you are, you will know. The first thing that comes to mind in terms of gratefulness, gratitude for each dimension and the need that you need to work, thing that you need to work on, fix or whatever. It's the first one that comes to mind is most likely the one, because you're listening to your heart. You follow your heart, listen to your inner voice. So then the other one is the eighth dimension is money. So something you're grateful for could be something like I'm grateful for being able to save 20% of my wages every month. An example. Oh, I'm grateful for having a network of assets. I have 5 homes, 3 rentals, 1 badge, and a house. So that's an example. I'm grateful for having a business that's successful and generates positive cash flow. I'm happy to have a diversified portfolio that generates 10% return on investment every year. It doesn't really matter. Then that's something I need to work on. I need to cut my spending. I need to become better at budgeting so I don't spend too much on wine on the weekend. An example. Or I need to reduce my credit card limit because I spend too much money when I'm outside partying with my mates. An example. So those are all examples. Or I need to get a better job that pays more money. Those are all examples. You see, it's all examples. Then the 9th dimension, which is society, something that you're grateful for. I'm happy to be a member of my golf club because my mates and I have fun on the weekend all the time. Could be something like that. I'm happy to be a member of my water polo team. An example. Or I'm happy to be. I'm so grateful for my best friend who listens to me and helps me out with my homework. An example. Things that I need to work on society in that dimension. I need to be more social. I need to go to the club more often. I need to call my mates more often. I need to smile more when I meet new people. Those are examples. The 10th dimension is wisdom. So you could be something like, this is a tough one. It's the things that I'm grateful for. You can say, I'm grateful for my convictions about my hard work, my ethics, my work ethics. Say, for example, I'm a hard worker. I'm very grateful for being a hard worker and getting up every morning at 5 a.m. because of my morals, my ethics. You see, work ethic, my belief, my values, my principles. I'm very grateful for getting up at 5 a.m. and working hard every day. That's something that you're grateful for, is your wisdom. You see, it's work ethic, is your morals, has to do with your values, with your principles. That's a valuable one. It could be anything. Then something like things that I need to work on. Could be, I need to be more tolerant with my neighbor. That's an example. I need to be more tolerant with my neighbor. Make a lot of noise. So I need to be more patient and more tolerant with my neighbor. See, then again, it has to do with that. With values, with principles, with ethics, with morals. with with a sense of wisdom in that way. So that could be an example. Or like, I need to donate more money to my charity of my choice, or I need to volunteer my time more often. You see, on the weekend, I gotta go out to a rally and help and support. Anything that has to do with your values, with your principles, with your beliefs, with your ethics, with your morals. You see, it's all connected. So you start there, finding something you care about that needs fixing. And when you start to read your affirmations every day, you go through your 10 things that you're grateful for, one for each dimension, your 10 things that you need to work on, one for each dimension. Then you read them every day, as many times as you need to, in the morning, at night, or once. Really, it's an exercise. You choose when to read them, read your affirmations, and then that will be a sign. You see, you always update them, these changes, and then that your purpose can be right there. Your true self is the intersection of the 10 dimensions. So that's it. You see, find something that you care about that needs fixing. That's a path of purpose. So let's talk about the second one. It requires a massive effort on your part. When it comes to purpose, it normally does, because purpose tends to be bigger than you, and you need help sometimes from others to achieve it, for the most part, because it's a dream, and we're not alone in society. We are surrounded by humans. So then again, it requires a massive effort on your part. Say, for example, in this exercise we were talking, say, for example, the if you're an athlete, the 7th dimension, productivity, things that you need to work on. I need to become faster because I'm a footballer, and I need to get to the ball faster because I'm a striker, and I need to be there before the defender so I can score. It's an example. So then you need to, it requires massive effort on your part to become faster, speedier, to get to the ball. It requires training and exercising and workouts and regiment, and it requires a lot of daily purposeful action. You see, that's just an example, because in the end, being faster is not just running faster. It's a combination. It's an accumulation of skills. It's an effort. It's a massive effort to become faster. It's like when you look at an athlete, say at the Olympics level, a dasher, 100-meter dash, just to take a microsecond out of the clock, 5 microseconds, it requires a whole season of training. Just imagine, you see, these are microseconds type of, edge. The edge is 1 microsecond faster, and then you're the Olympic gold medalist.